Woohoo! So I'm back with video 8, and I'm going to be talking about three main things in this video: lists, tables, and character codes. Alright, so let's first go over lists. Where's it? Okay, oh, and I made my font bigger, which is really easy to do if you're having trouble seeing if you're using Sublime Text. You just press the Command key and then the plus key, right? And then to make it smaller, you do Command and minus. So hopefully you can see this better. Firstly, I want to kind of change this up a bit so it makes more sense. So instead of having this is the title as a title, I'm going to do About Laurence Bradford. Because what I'm kind of going to turn this into, I guess, is kind of like a little resume, right? Okay, so hi, I am Laurence Bradford. Here's a little bit about me, and then there's an image. Okay, and then still for right now, I'm just going to keep the dummy text in. So I have I'm going to relocate this down to, see, I create a contact me section. I'm going to put, and that's it. You know what, we're going to change that to an H2 to keep it consistent with the top H2 there. Okay, so let's take a look at that. All right, I'm also going to take out this photo because I don't need that anymore, and it's not really relevant. And again, this photo, remember we put this in last time, this one, and I saved it in my file. So this is a relative path to the image, and the image is me.jpg. Okay, cool. So, all right, now we want to add lists, and there's the unordered and the ordered list. So I'm going to put some of my contact information actually in a list. So we'll do two. First, we'll do an unordered. In an unordered list, you can change the way it looks, but by default, it's bullets. So UL, opening and closing, and then the components in the list are LI, so LI tags. Okay, so I'm going to put website, phone number, let's put 610-248-7047. This is actually my old cell phone number that I lost, so it's not my phone number anymore, but it was for like 10 years. So please call it and, ask for me, and maybe the person will give it back to me one day. That's a whole other story, how I lost that number. Anyway, side note. Okay, so website, phone number, what we need, the email, which we already have actually down here, but we're just going to do my email. We'll put, oops, to code with me. All right, you get the idea, and I'm going to take this stuff out actually so you can see. All right, so let's take a look at this unordered list and what it looks like. All right, so you can see it took out everything else, and these are the bullet points, and then here's the list of the 3 items. So basically, whenever you make a list, whether it's unordered or ordered, the UL is kind of like telling the browser, okay, a list is about to be there. And then the LIs are for each item. And the LIs are the same in both the UL and the OL. So let me show you by just changing this one simple thing. Change the U to an O. Okay, press save. Let's go back. And look, it's numbered now. 1, 2, 3. Personally, I like the UL, so I'm going to keep it that way. Let's go back. Okay, but you can see, and again, there's ways to customize the way the list works, so you can actually change the way the bullet works as far as the shape. And then I rarely use numbered lists or the sequenced OL. Let's see, list attributes, I think that. Oh, let's just see what that says. Okay, so yeah, you can change this reversed, which would be in descending order. You could do the number, which you saw, and you can see type, so the kind of marker used. Okay, so yeah, so you don't have to use numbers in ordered list, basically. You could use, I think, letters, Roman numerals, and so on. All right, let's go back to this. Okay, so tables. This is interesting. I don't think I've ever really used a table when I've done any kind of web design or web development. And back in like the 90s, people would build entire websites with tables. Actually, okay, this is the Space Jam website. Okay, this is talk about throwback, right? Look at the site. Let's inspect the element. And you can see here that all of this is all in a table. Okay, so wait, let me make this bigger, which is like absurd. Okay. So table width 500, that means like 500 pixels. T body, that means table body. TR means table row. And I'm not TD, oh man. Table row, oh gosh. TD, let's see. Oh my gosh, and all these break tags. This is basically what you do not want to do. This is an example of what never to do unless you're living in the late 90s. Websites should not be built like this anymore. Nowadays, you should only use a table if you're literally conveying information in a table that should be in a table. Like the schedule for if you're an online consultant, like your booking schedule or something, could maybe be in a table. Okay, so looking back at this site that I keep going to about wrong one. Okay, about tables. This is an example of an HTML table, and there's different things you can do. You can add, okay, a table. Okay, TH would be a table header. TD is table data. TR is table row. So let's just pretend I already copied this over into my code. So you have the opening and the closing table, and then this would be TR would be the table row. And I'm going to pretend that I have like availability for, I don't know, some job or something. And I put Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now let's put the times. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let's put closed. And let's put 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And let's see how this turns out. Great, so you can sort of see that now this table has no borders on it, and that would be something you do in the CSS, but you can see how the information is laid out in like the 3 different columns. Now let's do one other thing. I want to do table header. Actually, I have to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, yeah, I need a TR first. So this is going to, you want this over, wow. All right, well, something is a little messed up here. This is not meant to be like that. Anyway, hold on. All right, my apologies. I had to make sure. Basically, my indentation was a little off, but it's all good. So I added this TH, as you can see, which comes up as bold. So that's kind of just the pre-built-in style that I mentioned before. And yeah, again, really, tables aren't used that much, and there are cool things you can do with them, but again, only for things like schedules it should really be used. Okay, and the last thing that I want to talk about are character codes. So, you know, like for instance, the copyright sign, the ampersand sign, all of these, if you just type it into the HTML file, it's not going to appear. We could do a test right now. I'm actually going to do something and create a footer. So like the header that we have up top, We didn't do headers yet, but that's okay. We'll do it later. But on every page, HTML page, you want to kind of think of it like a sandwich, and there's like the header and the body and the footer, and sometimes there's, you know what, we'll put this under here. Okay. Sometimes it can go in the body, sometimes it doesn't. It's, well, yeah, sometimes there's like actually two footers. Like, for instance, on my blog, all of my blog posts, like I can kind of show you just so you're probably like, what the hell is she talking about? Just use my blog. It's the easiest example. Okay, so this is a footer. This is like a global footer, meaning this footer shows up on every single page. But then if you want to go to one of my articles, all of this is actually in the article footer. So it's kind of like there's two footers. An article footer, see end article, see footer. This is my article. And then if you want to go down, you can see, sometimes it's hard to find this stuff. Okay, footer. Yeah, right. So this is my entire, actually, this is my whole footer, this whole part. And it's global and it's highlighted right here. So, yeah, anyway, okay, back to this. Oh, I was going to show you one of the character codes. So say if I want to do copyright, right? It would be and copy sign or semicolon Lawrence Bradford. And for good measure, we should probably put this in a p tag. So let's go back to the page and reload. So now look at this. This is my little footer. It doesn't really look much different from the rest, but that's okay because there's no CSS yet. And you can see the copyright sign. So there's another cool one I'm going to leave you with before I go. That's probably one of my favorites. This should be back one. I'm going to make, so copyright Lawrence Bradford. Let's do made with and hearts, semicolon, close the P. Refresh. Look, it's a heart made with love. Yay. And you can, if really just Google HTML character codes, and there's a whole bunch of information on it. But if you want something in specific, let's see. HTML character codes. Look, there's so much already, right? Yeah, this is kind of confusing, but that's not too attractive to look at. See, look at all these just with the letter A. And you can do what, like currency. And yeah, so that would be, say, like and euro. That would be it for HTML. Anyway, okay, so that's the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yep, okay, bye.